Way to go! You've navigated through the early stages of the foundational SAE and picked up skills that will propel you into your future as a professional and valued citizen in your community. Now you're ready to take on the next stage through an immersion SAE. I'll share what it takes to kick off a service learning SAE. There are other options you can consider through research and internships, entrepreneurship, and school-based learning that you might be interested to learn more about. No matter your choice for an immersion SAE, and you might choose more than one, you'll build on your foundational SAE and gain experience in your selected career path. Here's what a service learning immersion SAE looks like. Today, the residents of Riverside enjoy a beautiful nature park thanks to Sam and Alex's SAE. 3 years ago, the city received 70 acres of fallow land as a gift. In accepting the land, the city agreed to convert it to a nature park at the edge of town. Shortly after the gift was made, the city planted the land with native grasses. Alex and Sam had a lot of interest in the park through all they had learned in their natural resources and environmental science classes. They approached the city to see what the city was going to do after the grass was established. They learned that beyond planting grasses to control erosion, the city did not have plans for developing the nature park. Alex and Sam saw an opportunity to put their interests to good use. In collaboration with the city, their teachers, and local experts, they developed a design for the nature park considering the land, water, wildlife, and recreational uses. While the city implemented their design, Sam and Alex worked with them and volunteers they recruited to improve the land. Over time, the city's residents and wildlife had a beautiful space to enjoy. Alex and Sam learned more about ecology, trail development, and the role of the city's parks and recreation department. Sam and Alex recognized a need and developed a useful service learning project that bettered their city, advanced their own learning, and created measurable results. Alex and Sam's work was a service learning immersion SAE. Service learning is a chance to use the knowledge and skills you've developed at school to address real needs in the world. You're probably familiar with community service and have enjoyed volunteering. Service learning is different. Here's an example. Zara frequently volunteers at the food bank to package meals for families in need. That is service. At school, Zara has enjoyed learning about food science and how agricultural commodities become the food we eat. That is learning. Over the course of a semester, Zara develops a service learning SAE by studying food spoilage and preservation. She works with professionals at the food bank, the grocery store, and extension office to develop a training session on preserving nutritious food. She hosts several trainings at the food bank and elementary schools. That is service learning. A service learning SAE is conducted by one or more students. It involves planning, conducting, and evaluating a project designed to provide a service. The service could be to a school, public entity, or the community at large. It must benefit an organization, group, or individuals other than the FFA chapter. No matter how large or small a service learning SAE, they all have several constant elements. Alex and Sam's park development was a huge project that spanned several acres. Zara's food preservation project also had a big impact in her community, but was a shorter-term project and didn't require as many resources. Both are valid SAEs. To start a service learning SAE, work through these 4 steps. Investigate a need, plan your project, serve to meet the need you identified, evaluate your work. Not sure how that plays out? Meet Amadeo. Amadeo's grandmother lives in a neighborhood with many elderly residents. He has heard her mention how unsafe the front steps are of several of the houses. To determine how you can best serve, find out what your community needs most. Investigate issues facing your community and what causes those issues. Amadeo sees that residents in his grandma's neighborhood could use new, safe entry steps or ramps. After you have a need identified, create a plan by setting goals and breaking down what needs to be done. Amadeo sets a goal to replace the entry steps of 5 houses. He identifies several people and organizations in the community that can help him with the design, meeting building codes, supplying building materials, and helping with construction. He writes out his plan, identifies skills he needs to learn, and gets approval for his SAE project. The third step is service. In other words, carry out your plan to address the issue you identified. Over the course of the school year, Amadeo replaces crumbling steps with secure ramps and steps that meet the needs of each resident. He enjoys getting to know his grandmother's neighbors and seeing the progress that he makes. No matter where you live or what resources you have, there are ways to make the world around you a better place. You have the power to brighten people's lives, teach them about agriculture, and deepen your own understanding of complex issues. A Service Learning SAE awaits you.